Hello beautiful friends, and welcome to today's video. My name is Catherine and welcome to Mother Knits. I am here to share with you all of the autumn inspiration that I'm feeling for getting cozy inside. September is underway, so we are officially allowed to start talking about autumn and all the cozy vibes. It has really cooled down here. It was like 70 degrees was the high yesterday. I was so happy. I could hardly stay inside, and I was noticing a few of the leaves were turning, and I'm just thrilled. We have a lot of things in the garden to bring in too. We grew broom corn this year and a ton of pumpkins, and so there's just going to be fall unfolding over the next month. I'm so excited. And of course, I have to sit down and tell you about all of my knitting plans and show you all of the beautiful new yarn that I have. I spent all of last night going through like all of my yarn and getting all of my projects laid out, and I'm so excited to share them with you, and I hope you can share in my excitement with me and share with us in the comments like what are some of the crafting projects you are super excited about this autumn. So as I was putting together all of these knitting plans for the upcoming season, I realized I want to stretch myself a little, and that is where today's sponsor comes in. Today's video is sponsored by Craftsy, which is truly an online resource for everything creative, especially in this household. I actually joined a Craftsy class called Essential Skills for Sock Knitting with Ann Budd. I feel so much more ready to bring some sock knitting along on my travels to Ireland, and I definitely see that as being kind of my on-the-go knit this autumn, is always having a little sock project in my bag. And it's not just knitting. Craftsy has over 2,000 classes in crochet, sewing, quilting, baking, cake decorating, which my daughter is so excited about. She actually just won in our local fair cupcake decorating. She got first place, and it was super encouraging and exciting for her. So it's been so fun to explore all the cake decorating classes, and there's even a baking series with French pastries with Colette Christian, which is perfect when you want to pair your knitting with like a really sweet something out of the oven. It doesn't get more cozy than that. So if you're craving that really cozy, craftsy kind of vibe, the first 1,000 of you to click the link below will be able to get a premium subscription to Craftsy for just $1.49. It gives you access to a ton of their classes. So thank you, Craftsy, for sponsoring today's video. It is so fitting as I dive into all of these incredible autumn knitting plans. So you guys, the first thing I've got to share with you is a new cast on that I just cast on last night, and it is the Shu Shu Jumper. Oh, who is the designer on this? The Shu Shu Jumper by Wishbone Yarn. This pattern is so cute. I got an email last May from Farmer's Daughter Fibers, and they sent something out about their Odang base, and I knit up the broom sweater, which is, as you guys know from my most worn knits video, that yarn is something special. It really is. And so when they had kits for this project, I could not resist. The color combinations that they put together for this colorwork sweater is just everything. I'm so excited, and it's really going to be pushing me a little bit because as I really dug into the pattern a bit more, there are some rows with I think up to like 4 different colors. So there's going to be a bit of yarn management for a section of that color work, but it's okay. I'm ready for the challenge. I think it's going to be worth it. It's so beautiful. I love the kind of oversized fit of this. I love in the picture where the sleeve is hitting right above the elbow. I love that cut. And I'm just really looking forward to having something that is going to be warm. Like if you put a jacket over it, it's going to be perfect for autumn. But as I'm just inside the house and doing day-to-day things, it's going to be really comfortable, and I don't have to worry about getting my sleeves into anything that I'm doing as a stay-at-home mom and cleaning up and having little ones, you know, like it's just very wearable. I even love in the picture on the cover of this pattern how there's this like gauzy cotton skirt. So let me show you guys the color yarn that I got. So again, the pattern pairs beautifully with this Odang base from Farmer Daughter Fiber. My main color is called Teresa, which is this really gorgeous clay pink sort of color. It's just, oh, it's so pretty. Look at how it knits up. I'm just finishing up the short. I started this last night, cast it on last night, and I'm just finishing up the short rows, but you can kind of see what the fabric looks like as that is knitting together. And then the color work colors that I got, I'll have to check, you guys. I meant to look it up before I started filming if they still have these kits. I'm not sure. So these are, and then let me get the main color. Oh my gosh. Oh, out. Oh, oh my goodness. This ochre with like a really plummy purple, and then a cream. And then this I think is the same shade as that broom sweater that I did, which is like an aqua mini maybe. And then here's the main color. So you can kind of get a sense of what this one's gonna look like. It's really hard to hold all of this at once. Okay, so there we go. That's the palette. I'm so excited. I want to wear this immediately. So I am very motivated with this one right now because I love this yarn so much. I really want to, I think I need a few things in my wardrobe knit with this yarn. It is very special. I'm very excited about it. I am finding that I really love wearing alpaca. I think it's so soft. I don't know. It works for me. I really, really love it. So for this project, I am holding the Odang. This is 2 strands held together, as you guys can see. So the broom sweater I did was in their Odang DK base, which was really interesting. And as this yarn winds up, it's almost reminds me of like Halloween spider webs, the way that it all kind of sticks together. So I really took my time winding this yarn up, and it was actually just like a whole like enjoyable afternoon. I had some tea and really spent my time winding up this very special yarn for this project, and then got it knit on or cast on last night. And I'm just off and running with this one, you guys. The blue sweater that I'm knitting for Ireland, I finished a sleeve yesterday and ran out of yarn, so I have more yarn on the way, but it's not here yet. So that was my excuse for casting on this new project, because I needed just something new and autumnal and just, I don't know, exciting. I'm really, really looking forward to that one and showing you guys the progress and the finished object. I just can't wait. I do need to sort of decide which of these colors, are going to go where. Like, which ones do I want to really be more of the dominant color? I'm feeling like, you know, these are the 2 that in the kit, there were 2 mini skeins of these. So these will kind of be the dominant colors, and then these will just be like little highlights and pops within. But that is a step that I need to do soon, is sort of designate which is color 1, which is color 2, and go through that process, which will be really fun. I'm really wanting to improve my use of color in knitting. I really depend on knitting kits. It's just where I'm comfortable right now. Because of how much of an investment yarn is, I really do lean on other knitting influencers and yarn companies to just go ahead and assemble kits for me if it's outside of just like a gray or a neutral. And something I'd really love to strengthen over the coming years is really finding the colors that are a bit more unique to me. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I do get a bit nervous when picking out color because these projects are just so intense with our time and sometimes our resources as well. I am exceptionally excited about that project. Now, another color work project that I cast on quite a while ago over the summer, and then it just sort of, I was in the mood to do some color work. I was in the mood to use up some of my stash. So I was looking through my pattern library and found the Alpine top by Caitlin Hunter. I had some lace weight yarn and some fingering weight yarn, and these were yarns that I was gifted, and I really hadn't figured out how to use them yet, and just sort of after spending some time realized that this could be a really, really gorgeous combination for this sweater. So these details are on my Ravelry as far as where you can get these yarns, and I will link them in the description below, but they're actually on Amazon. This is a lace weight, very, very delicate yarn that was given to me as a gift, and then same with this cashmere yarn, which is like a really pretty cream that comes in 50-gram balls. So here is the beginnings. This was like a few nights just kind of sitting down and casting this on, and then it just sort of sat, and I don't know why. I guess I got really excited about the Ireland trip and I wanted to knit something a bit more substantial, but this is still like very autumn vibes. And I have some like high-waisted creamy colored pants that I think this would look really cute tucked into, and I just really love this color combo. I love this kind of mustardy ochre flower coming up against this creamy backdrop. I really love this lace detail around the collar so much in this pattern. It's also repeated again on the short sleeves. I think I should have plenty of yarn. I am holding the lace weight double and then just knitting a single strand of this. I would call this a little bit of a heavy fingering weight, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's classic fingering weight. This is another project that I think if I just sat down and really dedicated some time to it, I could see quite a bit of progress on this. I could see it coming together pretty quickly, and it would be nice to get this project to a place where this can just be my, stockinette in the rounds project for a few weeks. I think that would be really nice to have while I need to like think about some other projects or just take a little bit of a mental break. This could be, if I could just get through that color work, that would be the perfect project for me to have that stockinette in the rounds going on. I'm definitely thinking about putting together a really cute little like project bag of sock yarn and sock needles and notions, and just anytime I want to work on socks this autumn, I always want to have a pair of socks going on. For about a year I did that. I just had, and they took a very long time to knit because it was just sort of like in my purse, and when I was out and like had some time to kill, that I would just knit on this pair of socks. And I want to get back into that habit again. I actually finished all of those projects, and then I never replenished the bag with yarn and things. So if you guys have any sock yarn that is your go-to, I was thinking Vine might be fun to do another order with her. She always has like, I'm sure she's gonna have incredible autumnal skeins coming out if she doesn't already. But I just kind of, I want to get like a special, very like jewel toned or very saturated sock yarns. I think that would be really fun. A lot of the yarns I have right now are a little bit like springtime colors because that was the last time I was knitting on socks. So let me know if there's any sock yarns that are on your list. A project I haven't cast on yet, but I just gushed about it in my most recent video about my favorite Sari Nordland patterns, is the Poetry Pullover, and I have the yarn for it. I wound up a few balls last night as I was getting all of my knitting things together, but I left a few of them. I don't know why. I guess for storage, like sometimes it's nice, and it's nice to see these on the shelf. So I kept a few of them like this. Anyway, I wrapped up a few balls of this red stag fiber in the color Highland Scotch. I'm so excited to cast on the poetry pullover, you guys. I don't have the right needle size. So after reading some of your comments, I realized that a lot of interchangeable needle sets, or maybe all of them, they don't typically come with a 3mm needle, and a lot of saris patterns call for that. So I just decided I'm gonna go ahead and order some. I've always sized it down to a 2.75 when it calls for a 3 and just try to knit loose, or I like go up a size, or I just do like knitting math to make sure that's gonna work. And I just decided this is the kind of project where it's worth investing, you know, $13 in a new set of needles that I can add to my collection and I'll have forever. I know I keep saying I need to knit a basic sweater. I need to knit more just like basics, but I can't seem to find the desire to do that. I mean, maybe this winter I'll do it, but like I just can't help myself with this gorgeous look. It's so pretty, and I'm wondering, like, it does look like the lace work on this, like maybe the chart is a bit intuitive, where things just sort of shift over a stitch or two every time you start a new row. The orchid pullover wasn't really that way. For a chunk of it, I felt like every row, it was difficult to memorize. And I'm thinking that this lacework pattern, as I'm looking at the chart, I think I can get into a bit of a groove. Like there's an intuitive pattern here that I'm going to be able to follow, I hope, because it is all over lace, of course. So you want to be able to, if you can't learn the repeats exactly, have like an intuitive idea of what the next row is doing. So I'm really excited to cast that on. It's probably, I'm gonna wait most likely until I get back from Ireland to really get going on this one, but it's gonna be a classic, and I'm super pumped about this one. I'm really excited to get that started, but I'm gonna hold until we return from Ireland and all of the inspiration there, and then I'll cast that one on then. Because another work in progress I have, you guys, and I don't think that I've really shared much about the Artus Shawl that I've been working on. Okay, so there's a few reasons that probably that this shawl hasn't been one that I've been really chatty about. So okay, I don't want to discourage anyone from knitting this. So I just want to be mindful about the way that I speak about it, because it kind of, I feel like I have some gripes about this project, and it's not that there's anything wrong with the pattern or anything. It's just like, it hasn't been enjoyable. This, for me, this shawl so far has been a stretch. And there's a few reasons for that. However, before I get into those things, I have to say this is one of the projects that I want the finished object so intensely, and I know it's going to feel like such an accomplishment when it's done, that it's worth just sort of getting through these beginning little fiddly bits. Let's just say it's fiddly, okay? I'm not trying to complain. There's some fiddly bits that, you know, it's not the most fun. So let's get into it. So here is what I have so far. This is like the beginning of the shawl, the top that you, like, this is the top part at your back that you're gonna wrap around you. It's gorgeous. This yarn is from Sonder Yarn. This was my Christmas gift from my mom and dad. They got me the yarn kit for this shawl. I was so like out of my mind thrilled on Christmas when I opened this, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The thing is, it's just this moss stitch was not intuitive to me. I don't know, I couldn't get it memorized, and I couldn't quite see the stitches, and I don't know if it was just the season that I was in and having like a really young baby kind of like always pulling my attention away from it, so that I had to like reorient myself with the project, and really keep track of where I was. Like I just struggled with this project. And then there is the really cute kind of like the stripy stranded color work, and you're working flat, so it's purled on the way back, which I'm not having a great time with, and it's why it stalled. I'm on the final stripe of these little guys, and then I won't have them again in the project, but I just need to get through the next, like, it's gonna take me an hour or two just to finish up those little stripy bits. Then I'm into the mosaic knitting of this project, and that's what I've been looking forward to. And the colors are really pretty. Now, this is a Sonder yarn kit. And again, guys, I'm not sure if they still have these kits available, but these are some of the colors that are in this one. So let's see, we have 5 different colors to work with here. Here we are. These are the colors for this shawl. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, yummy. Like heirloom, cannot wait to wear it. Wish I had been a bit more disciplined this summer and working on this, because I think once the mosaic knitting starts, it's gonna be potato chippy for me. I love mosaic color work, which was why I was really excited about this pattern, but it's just taken me a lot of discipline to get this far, to sit down with this project and get this far. So I just need a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of like, you can do it, you can get through that last little stripy bit, and then you can jump into the fun mosaic knitting for this project. So I just need to do that. I just need to like get in the right headspace, set a timer, whatever. I just need to like do it. The only other project that I'm not fully committed to, but I am ordering the DPNs to get started on it, is the Qatar Beret. I do have some yarn that I think would be so perfect for it. It could just be like a great weekend project. I don't know. There's part of me that really wants to like bump it up in the line and try to have it knitted before I go to Ireland, because how cute would that be? And I don't have a hat. So maybe that'll slip in somewhere. I don't know. But so many gorgeous things, right? I mean, oh my gosh, I haven't been this excited for the lineup of projects that I have ever. I am like, every single one of these, I cannot wait for the finished object. I cannot wait to wear them. I can't wait to show them to you. I feel like I'm at a point where I'm really understanding like fit and like what it is that I actually wear. And these are all things that I know, if it goes according to plan, it's just gonna be exactly what I need and want in my wardrobe. So I'm just super excited. Thanks for sitting down and chatting with me about all of these like really crafty things. We are going to be making vegetable scrubbers and mini brooms from our broom corn in the garden. Let me know if those sorts of crafts, if you guys would like a peek in to those sorts of things, because there's a lot. Autumn is just rich with opportunity to make wreaths and beautiful things. I've been really focusing in my garden to make sure I have a very abundant autumn crop of things that could be used for crafts, such as gourds and pumpkins and straw flowers and broom corn, and just lots of things that I can work with and make my home beautiful for this season as we close out the garden and close out the year. I want to say another big thank you to Craftsy for sponsoring this video. Make sure you checked the pinned comment in today's video so that you can get the link for that $1.49 if you guys want to check out Craftsy with me. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.